An update on an American reporter detained in Russia.
Meet the UNT officer keeping us safe behind the scenes.
And in addition to Maybourn's journalism program.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Soren Dorado.
And I'm Mark Barrera.
Last month, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich was detained in Russia on espionage charges and will remain in a Russian jail after the court denied his request for pretrial house arrest. U.S. Ambassador Lynn Tracy called the charges against him baseless. Here's what else she has to say.
I was able to meet Evan yesterday at Lefort prison. It was the first time we were granted consular access since his wrongful detention more than 2 weeks ago. I can report that he is in good health and remains strong despite his circumstances. The charges against Evan are baseless, and we call on the Russian Federation to immediately release him.
Gershkovich's legal team offered $613,000 in bail, but the court denied. They said they will keep appealing against his detention. His next court date is scheduled for sometime in May.
The Biden administration and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy have not yet come to an agreement on a debt ceiling plan. As tensions continue to rise, CNN's John Lornick has more on the story.
Republican leaders in the House say the U.S. has more than 31 trillion reasons to tighten the purse strings.
Our national debt is too high, far too high. And the problem is getting worse, not better.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy previewed a plan that calls for lifting the debt ceiling for 1 year. It'll contain spending cuts and revenue raisers that he says will limit Washington spending, save taxpayers money, and grow the economy.
President Biden has maxed out the nation's credit card. He's done it by reckless spending, and here we're going to be rolling out a plan to address that problem.
The White House blasted House Republicans in a tweet saying they're, quote, holding the economy hostage by using the debt ceiling as a way to trigger spending cuts.
I'll be blunt. If Speaker McCarthy continues in this direction, we are headed to default.
During an appearance on Fox News Monday, McCarthy wouldn't say if he had enough votes in the narrowly divided chamber to raise the debt limit. Now, while there's no official date as for when the U.S. could possibly default if the debt ceiling isn't boosted, officials say it could happen within months.
Republicans should work with Democrats in good faith to avoid default together, just as we did under President Trump. Just as what President Reagan talked about. No blackmail, no brinksmanship, no default.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
President Biden will be signing an executive order today aimed at expanding access to long-term child care. The order will issue more than 50 directives across most cabinet-level agencies. Federal agencies will be directed to identify grant programs that can support child care for people working on federal projects, and it will also require Defense Department to improve the affordability of child care for military families.
That's great, Soren. It's important to monitor children's and your own health, especially when the weather starts to change.
Yeah, it is definitely warming up here in North Texas, but let's see what Amanda Malini has to say. Amanda?
Thanks, guys. It's really starting to warm up here. 73 degrees currently outside here in Denton. It's a bit cloudy, feels like 73. Could see some rain in the area later today. 20-mile-an-hour winds, so kind of be on the lookout for gusts here and there. Looking at tonight's conditions, we've got 71-degree temperatures with a feels-like temperature of 70. Really not a whole lot of change. It's just that, you know, that nice middle ground here in what we call spring-ish, I guess, in Denton. Same wind, doesn't really do a whole lot of change. And looking at tomorrow, 73 degrees. If it rains, it's going to leave around some humidity. So we'll see that feels like temperature up in that 75 region, and that wind just really sticking around. That's all I've got for your first look weather. Stay tuned later in the show for your full weather. And that's all I've got. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Amanda. Coming up, you get to meet an officer at UNT that you might not expect.
And a look at a special motorcade coming to Denton tomorrow. Stay with us.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
Most officers here at UNT walk around on 2 feet, but one particularly special officer walks around on 4 paws. ntTV's Gabby Carden wants you to meet Keegan the K9.
Hey, Keegan. Face that way. Good boy.
It has now been a few years since UNT police decided it was time for a 4-legged addition to their force.
So Keegan wasn't actually the first dog I got to work with. I got to work with several, and then they decided that we were a good fit together.
K9 Keegan joined the UNTPD back in 2018, and he celebrated his 6th birthday this year. And over that time, Sergeant Brockle says he and Keegan have formed a special bond, one that is supported by trust and training.
I need to be able to recognize the change in his behavior whenever he starts smelling the odors he's trained to smell. I need to be able to recognize that he's possibly smelling it and then just trust him to go and find it.
Keegan's specialty is bomb sniffing. He is able to smell and quickly locate different powders or items that pose a threat. And when he finds his target in training or in the field, this is what success sounds like.
Good boy! Get the ball!
And then we just play.
Who's a good boy? Good boy!
Keegan's skills is something Sergeant Brockle hopes brings comfort to students.
When they find out what he does, which is detect explosives, it makes them feel safer. I think they know it's a potential deterrent for criminal activity. But also, again, they feel safe. They're like, oh, if anything bad is around, he'll be able to find it.
Wait. Get it!
Although Keegan is 6 and the average retirement age for working canines will come in a couple of years, this good boy doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
He's still full of energy, strong desire to work, and he still has a great nose, so we're going to keep him going.
For ntTV News, I'm Gabby Carden.
Staying on the topic of local law enforcement, Denton PD has issued a traffic advisory for tomorrow for the Medal of Honor motorcade. The announcement was posted to their Twitter page stating that the event will roll through Denton between 4:30 and 6 p.m. and that everyone should expect significant delays near I-35. And we aren't talking just about your typical traffic. The motorcade will have hundreds of vehicles honoring the Medal of Honor recipients. Denton PD also says if you are on the route when the motorcade passes through, to pull over if you want to watch, to do it from a safe location and not on the shoulder or access road. The weather's been really nice lately, and I hope it stays that way for tomorrow.
Yeah, especially with the motorcade driving through. But let's see what Amanda has for this week's weather. Amanda?
Thanks, guys. It's really nice weather around here. Low to mid 70s still in this area. We've got Denton over here at 73, McKinney as well, Gainesville. The highest in the area is going to be Sherman at 75, and the lowest is Stephenville at 68. So really just a lot of nice mid-spring, mid-April weather. Obviously rain on the way and all that. But looking around the state, we've got the same thing pretty much. 73 still up here in the DFW area, 75 in Oklahoma City, 78 in El Paso, who just can't seem to get the memo that we're sticking with that mid-70s temperature, and 71 in Shreveport, and 73 in Houston. Taking a look at the 7-day weather, we've got some, like I said, some rain on the horizon. Cloudy tomorrow, 83 the high, 83 the high on Thursday as well when you see some storms. So really you're gonna need your umbrella here in the next couple of days, partly cloudy and maybe some break in the rain there this weekend, so you can go out and kind of get a feel for what's going on outside. But yeah, pretty much a lot of rain on the horizon that happens here in spring, that happens around this time of the year, especially with El Nino here on the lookout. But that's all I've got for your full weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Amanda. Millions of women in the U.S. go through menopause every year, and according to the National Institute of Health, symptoms can last years and have a major impact on the quality of life. But some health experts are saying that a new treatment may be able to help. Mandy Gaither has more on a procedure that's allowed one woman to feel like herself again.
Laurie Lane has always loved being active, but in her late 50s, she started feeling tired, lacked motivation to work out, and her joints became painful.
I went to my gynecologist and said, I have all these symptoms. And, he's like, congratulations, this is menopause.
Other symptoms like brain fog and hot flashes also appeared. Lane says she struggled with all of it for about 2 years, but it took a toll on her life.
All these things coming at you, it just, made you feel not like a whole person.
Lane says a blood test revealed her testosterone was low, which made her a candidate for a procedure done at Orlando Health, where a low dose of testosterone is delivered through a pellet injected under the skin during a quick in-office visit.
But as time goes on, I think you're going to see this become a pseudo standard of care that will be an option for almost all patients to see if they can improve upon these menopausal symptoms.
The testosterone pellet procedure is not currently FDA approved, but Pepe says it's providing relief to many of his patients and lasts between 12 and 16 weeks.
There's a little bit of risk behind estrogen. There's no risk behind testosterone. So it's a safe hormone. We monitor the dosing level in about 4 weeks to make sure that we're looking for the appropriate range that's therapeutic.
Lane says she started seeing results within days, and she's back to feeling herself again.
I'd say I'm functioning in all cylinders.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, the testosterone pellet procedure isn't typically covered by insurance. Each pellet-based cost is around $350. However, since it's effective for 12 to 16 weeks, the treatment only ends up being around $80 and $100 a month.
After the break, we'll check in with our live reporter to see what special exhibit is on display at the UNT CoLab.
And after that, Gabby Pippins joins us for all your sports news. We'll be right back.
I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, my prince.
No so fast.
This story is going to be awesome.
Can I see your voter registration, please? All right, you're good. No registration, no entry. All right. Let me see your voter registration card, please.
I'm not registered to vote.
No registration, no entry.
Dude, my friends are already in there.
No registration, no entry.
What the?
Join the club. Register to vote today.
As the weather becomes a little more bearable, the Denton Community Market is making a comeback. ntTV's Armando Berry spoke with some of the vendors about how their products could be beneficial for your health and your wallet.
If you're in Denton and your refrigerator looks more like mine just because the healthier meals just seem more expensive, your solution may now be just a short drive away.
You have music, you have food, you have art, you have farmer-grown produce. It's just a wonderful place.
Denton's community market gives people the opportunity to gather and invest in not only fresher foods, but also in themselves.
You know, you're spending 20 cents more a pound or something, so you're not putting a whole lot more into it now, but if you take care of yourself now, you won't have to deal with spending more money on your health later.
Local farm owner Crystal Zuniga says what makes farm fresh foods special is the same ingredient in Grandma's recipe.
Say you're at your grandma's house and you're eating like an amazing meal and you're like, this tastes amazing, right? And it's because she put love into it, right? She believes in it, in providing you with that kind of stuff. It's the same thing.
Besides the food, the market has something unique to offer adults, kids, and even college students.
Honestly, I think the location, you know, there's like the farmers market, but then there's also historical houses, you know, like this one right here and other ones that you get to tour. So I feel like that's really different. My friend got a tarantula and then we got some like butterfly wings, so that was fun. But yeah, I also love looking at like the jewelry and the tote bags and stuff. Here's the tarantula.
It's a place that lets you enjoy Denton in your own personal way.
Like a really fun way to explore the city and like get your mind off of something else besides school.
The Denton Community Market is open most Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon.
New in tech news, more states are joining the effort to break up Google's business. On Monday, 9 more states joined the federal government's antitrust lawsuit filed earlier this year against the tech corporation. The Justice Department is accusing Google of illegally monopolizing the digital market by gobbling up rivals. They say Google does this by avoiding competition through company mergers and by bullying publishers and advertisers into using the company's products. Google is fighting the suit and has said the complaints are attempts to pick winners and losers in a highly competitive market.
YouTube announced that it is banning content featuring behaviors that those at risk could possibly imitate. This content includes things such as extreme calorie counting and purging after eating. The ban mainly focuses on videos that have nothing to do with the recovery, and the recovery-based videos themselves will only be accessible to users 18 or older. YouTube also plans to add panels for viewers to see in order to point them to crisis resources. This will be available in 9 countries.
Apple users, you're in luck. Apple is now offering a high-yield savings account to its cardholders and hardware users. Customers can use the account to put any savings they wish to deposit and earn 3% cash back with the Apple Card. Bankrate has given the Apple Card high marks and as a no-fee rewards credit card.
As the semester comes closer to an end, many seniors are starting to end their college chapters.
6 seniors from the UNT's Metalsmith and Jewelry senior class are showcasing their pieces at the UNT Collab. Our reporter, Carla Castillo, is there to show us more about this Metal Mania exhibit. Carla?
Thanks, guys. I'm here at the UNT Collab where they're currently having an exhibit titled Metal Mania, which showcases 6 different UNT seniors who are currently in a metalsmithing or jewelry class. As you can see, there are many beautiful pieces around here, and I'm here with the director of UNT Collab, Kristen Bigley. Kristen, how are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you so much.
Well, my first question is, tell us a little bit more about this exhibit.
Sure. So this exhibit has 2 parts. The downstairs level showcases 6 seniors from the metalsmithing department that are graduating this semester. So they're showcasing all of the work that they've done in their studies to get up to this point. Upstairs we have a class that is hydraulically formed brooches that is on display as well, called Under Pressure.
And how do you feel about showcasing the students' hard work?
It's one of the things we really truly love to do. We generally schedule at least 2 exhibits per semester focused on student works, and that's just one of the parts that we get to do to bring UNT out into the community.
And till when does the public have to come and visit this exhibit?
This show will be up through Saturday, April 22nd, so this Saturday, and our hours are 11 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. We hope everyone can make it.
Well, thank you very much, Kristen.
Thank you.
Guys, the clock is ticking if you want to come and visit this exhibit. So come over to the UNT Collab, which is located at the square. But this is all I have for you guys. Let's take it back to the studio.
If you or someone you know is passionate about sports, the Maybourn School of Journalism has a new addition to their degree tracks that would be the perfect solution. Our sports anchor, Gabby Pimpins, has more on what to expect and when you can get started.
With more and more students pursuing journalism, it can be hard to cater to each specific focus. It can also mean a difficult choice between degree tracks, but a solution can be found through the Maybourn School of Journalism's new degree track. Professor Brittany McElroy describes how the new sports journalism focus combines all aspects of journalism with an emphasis on sports.
Yeah, so previously our tracks were very platform based. You were either print or broadcast or photo J or PR, and this is a little bit different because it's sports media, so you're going to get a little bit of all of those different tracks.
She also mentions how the sports journalism degree is crafted to make each student a jack of all trades across sports medias.
There are honestly probably more sports jobs now than there ever have been. They just look a little different. You're working for teams, you're working for conferences, you're working for university athletic departments, you're working for these niche publications that cover super specific things.
Journalism advisor Daniel Salinas highlights how the new degree track is perfect for students looking to focus on sports.
Students can actually just solely pick that because the sports field is really big, and a lot of our students currently know they want to do something with sports, so why not just kind of tailor something in that track for them?
He also reassures anyone currently pursuing the sports media certificate and gives an expected timeline for this major addition to Maybourn's degrees.
Currently, it will still be an option for students. They will have that option from now up until, at least from what our expected transition into the actual degree is fall 2024. That's when that degree should be able to launch into it. So obviously, right now for students in that sports media, there's no need to kind of worry or cause panic and jump. Any of those classes they're taking right now for that will easily be shifted into that new degree track for sports.
The highly anticipated sports journalism degree is on track to be approved for fall 2024 by the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences and the university curriculum.
You know, Soren, I'm pretty tired after having to stay up to watch the stars till about 1 a.m.
Yeah, I can't believe we stayed up to 1 just to see them lose. Anyways, Gabby Pippins has more on sports news.
Yeah, guys, you're right. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open right now. But when we come back, we'll be covering that game along with some player injuries across Texas and a big hit to the Mavericks offseason right after this.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
There are 3 things that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Jacob deGrom being injured. The Rangers ace took to the mound last night against the Royals and threw 4 innings of no-hit baseball before being removed from the game due to some right wrist soreness. DeGrom commended the Rangers on their approach to the situation, though he does believe that he'll make his next start. But that all remains to be seen sometime later today while he's reevaluated. DeGrom has been one of the top pitchers in the league for years with the Mets, but injuries have been an issue for him. He missed the first 4 months of the 2022 season, and injuries have limited him to 224 and a third innings over the past 3 seasons. And with the NBA playoffs underway, unfortunately our Dallas Mavericks are on the outside looking in and facing a $750,000 fine. They had the opportunity to try for the play-in tournament, but Jason Kidd made the executive decision to bench almost every key player before their game against the Chicago Bulls that led them to a loss, 115 to 112. His decision sparked enough controversy to get the National Basketball Association involved and an investigation made, resulting in this almost $1 million fine. Jason Kidd claims that his organizational decision was best for the team, stating, "It's not so much waving the white flag, it's that decisions sometimes are hard in this business. We're trying to build a championship team." However, the NBA claims it was conduct detrimental to the league and that the Mavericks' actions failed our fans and our league. And finally, the Dallas Stars had their first Stanley Cup playoff game last night at home against Minnesota, and this game was wild for both teams. The Wild were the first to score toward the end of the first period, but the Stars were quick to answer with 2 goals of their own. Rube Hintz made a wrist shot early in the second period with an assist from Jamie Benn, and Jason Robertson followed up with a wrist shot of his own. Wrist shots were all around the ice as Sam Steele from Minnesota made one in the second period, and the game remained tied through not 1, but 2 overtimes. Unfortunately, the tiebreaker came from Ryan Hartman for the Wild with, you guessed it, a wrist shot toward the end of the second overtime, leading Minnesota to win 3-2. Joe Pavelski is also now uncertain for Game 2 on Wednesday after taking a hard hit in the second period. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. A new week means more movie news. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Behold, the King of the Koopas!
More records for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Less than 2 weeks into its run, it's made $678 million worldwide, easily topping Warcraft and Pokemon Detective Pikachu as the top-grossing video game adaptation ever. It's also the highest-grossing movie this year, both domestically and globally.
I'm on my way. It's not safe, is it?
A good start for Beau is Afraid. Filmmaker Ari Aster's latest movie, starring Joaquin Phoenix as an anxious man on a bizarre journey, opened in 4 theaters and grossed more than $320,000. That's more than $80,000 per screen, the best per theater average of any film so far this year.
Welcome to Lourdes.
We're ready. I'm not.
Here's your first look at The Miracle Club, starring Laura Linney, Maggie Smith, and Kathy Bates as Irish women who win a trip to the healing French town of Lourdes.
You don't come to Lourdes for a miracle, Eileen. You come for the strength to go on when there is no miracle.
And there's always hope.
The Miracle Club arrives in theaters this summer. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Seen the Mario movie yet? Because it is so good.
I agree. I 100% agree. You?
No, but I will. Very soon. Very soon.
I've got to see it too. You have to watch the movie.
I'm
Okay.
going. Go.
But guys, for y'all who don't know me, I'm Gabby Carden. I've been the producer for Tuesday Noon here at ntTV for 2 semesters now, and it's been a great experience. I am graduating this semester, but it's been an amazing experience working with everyone here, and I'm just really excited to see where you guys go.
Well, we thank you so much, Gabby. We really do. We
Yes.
appreciate you. I know this is kind of like your baby show, and you wanted, and you allowed us to contribute to it. So I thank you.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful semester. Couldn't have gone any better.
Thank you. And
So good.
honestly, also thanks to everyone behind the scenes,
Yes.
all our camera operators, directors, our director Z is actually leaving this semester as well. So everyone behind the scenes and in front of the scenes makes
And
this show
Amanda as well.
Yes.
graduated this too,
And
so
our
thank
live shot, Carla, she's not here
Yes,
yet, but she's done an
Carla.
amazing job.
I'm not going to cry. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, for the last time, thank you for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again at 6 here on North Texas Television.
There we go. Don't cry, don't cry.
I won't.
Okay.